Big Gabe winner versus the GOAT of the BYOC 3 Max. And the Lash GOAT. Here comes the Mixu. Ready for a power slam. The man who won in the Big Brain Bouts main event over Shameless 2 weeks ago. In a very fun series, 3-2. I really enjoyed that one. That was really fun as well to finally see Mixu be in the main event. This wasn't a Wikipedia surprise match. I'll take a look at it, but it absolutely should be. Oh, it's a TBD, but no, it's here. This is the TBD, but the matches are announced here. This is not a surprise match or anything. It was in the Twitter announcement. It was said. This is the way it was supposed to happen. Let's do it. Crimson Court, third series of the night.
Let's get it on.
Round 1, fight.
You prepared him, help some stuff. You want full credit when he wins? Ay caramba. Alrighty, in the top right side, guys, we're looking at the main base of the man who did win a Starcraft 2 offline event a little over a month ago, I want to say, or exactly a month ago. It wasn't that long ago. The second edition of the Big Gabriel Cup in the Experion. This time there was no ShoWTime, Lambo, Clem, so it was his time to shine. The German Terran, Berserker Esports, BattleB. In the bottom left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who won in his first ever Big Brain Bouts main event 2 weeks ago over Shameless. And on top of that, I think he's the finest Lash player in the world. I haven't seen a better one yet. This is Berserker Esports Mixu. And from here on out, his slogan should absolutely be, "Here comes the Mixu." As he power slams some roaches and zerglings into the natural of the Terran. That's what I want to see. I need some more sound effects in this game. This could be a mega long series, but BattleB is not that much of a turtle Terran. I feel like he's often out and about on the map. Likes to battle. Mixu is also not a very passive player in anything he plays, but especially not in Deadlock. But I think even in Starcraft 2, of course, the man can macro like the very best of them out there, and he's no stranger to high-tech Zerg. But I also feel like he likes to make stuff happen. I've been a very big fan of his Drop-A-Lord plays in various matchups. And we might see some cool Drop-A-Lord play tonight as well. This is a map pool that is difficult for Zergs. That's one of the main reasons why our boy Reynor is taking a bit of a break. Reynor is done playing Zerg on this map pool. He's had enough of it. The man cannot take any more pain. You need to play Zerg very, very different than you've done it in the past. It's not all about just macroing, not taking any damage, and then just having more stuff. Doesn't love the maps. Terran can just become unbreakable. So, you need to switch it up. You need to be unpredictable. And we'll see. Yes, CV overextended. Go, go, go. Reaper 1, Reaper 1. As Reaper 1, whenever Mixu tells you that somebody's on 1 HP, don't trust him, by the way. They're not on 1 HP, they're like an 88%. But in Mixu's world, the 7 is 1, the Vindicta is 1, the Reaper is 1, everybody is 1. BattleB sneaks his Reaper into the main base. Would love to get a little sight on that main, because this lair, guys, is very quick. That's a lot of extra Zerglings. This could be the Reynor play with Queens and Zerglings. And we are just going to go for Overlord speed. And we're going to drop some stuff in the face of BattleB on the other side of the map. I don't know when the new patch comes, guys. I don't know when the new maps come. And I personally... It's out of my hands. Like, I have nothing to do with it. I have no saying over it. I don't have insider info, but I don't think anybody knows. I know that they're working on it. I know it's coming. I know it's planned. I have no idea when it happens. Just stop asking. I do hope indeed that it is before Home Story Cup. That would make it a lot more fun. Guys, BattleB at this point is in the dark. He does not know that here comes the Mixu. A little Zergling power slam kills a couple Zerglings early. There is a gap. The Hellions don't get surrounded. That is big, but a lot of additional Zerglings are on the way. Drop-A-Lords are morphing. They're going to pick up the Queens. Here come all those extra Zerglings. Mixu doing his best Spider-Man impression. Not the cleanest of surrounds. We should have been able to surround these aliens by now. Mixu. Alright, eventually I think we should just let it go. Obviously, this is Omega all in. Zerg players will often tell you that if the Terran gets the bunker up, it's over. But the bunker is not up yet. There are some Hellions. There is a bit of firepower. We could really use them ladies right now. Where are those ladies? We're gonna pick up a lot of the Zerglings too. That bunker is very close to finishing up. But here he comes. Mixu with the power slam. Queens need to snipe that SCV. I think the bunker is done, but there are no Marines to get on top of the bunker anyway. BattleB is down to 6 army supply. That's nothing. And just like that, it is Berserker Esports Mixu. By the way, does this build ever lose? Every time I've seen Reynor do it, he wins with it. And now it's Mixu who takes the 1-0 lead over the German Terran on Crimson Court as well. And obviously a lot of it has to do with keeping that Reaper away from the main, not seeing that lair upgrade. That's big. Strong start by Mixu, especially on that map. 1-0 lead for the Finnish Zerg. So far the Finnish Zergies are 1-1 today. I want to say that helps us get back on schedule, but we'd have to that needs to happen like 2 or 3 more times. Don't know if it's going to happen that many times. Game 2 will be played on Alcyone. Now the good news for Terran players is that even if they lose a quote-unquote Terran favorite map, it's not that they're then immediately sent to a massively Zerg favorite map. Because I don't think there really is one. Post-Youth is the best, but even that I think is not even all that bad. And we're not even going to Post-Youth as that probably got vetoed. Instead, we're going to hop in to Alcyone. You want to change your pick? It's too late. I mean, it's game 1. It's an all-in the best of 5. It doesn't say that much, guys. It's a strong start for Mixu, but this series is far from over. And if you think it is, be silly.
Round 2. Fight!
In the top right side, the finest Lash player in the West. This is Mixu. Representing the Berserker Esports. In the bottom left side, also representing the Berserker Esports, it is the German Terran. I had to double check our league elect, because I couldn't imagine I'd never made these two play against each other on the Friday night, but I really didn't. It's the first time in the Big Brain Bouts. This is the champ of the 2nd edition of the Big Gabe Experian offline event, BattleB. Who's working on the new patch at Mapu? It's not Blizzard. The maps always get done through the TOMC contest that is run by Team Liquid, volunteers, and Wardy covers the actual tournament. There are some judges as well, people voting for the maps, etc. Then the maps do need to be approved and double checked before they can ever get uploaded to the Battle.net servers. The patch is done by the Balance Council. A lot of people are in the Balance Council. No, it's not just Zergs or Terrans, it's everyone. There's a whole bunch of people, and then there is a elite group that basically represents the races and the voices of the people that vote for certain things. And then they come to mutual agreements. And like, I think this, you think that, and they shake hands if they find a happy spot. Then they propose it to somebody who needs to make sure that it's appropriate, that it's within the realms of the lore, that it doesn't break anything, that it's fun. And then we get a patch. Where is Inexorable, by the way? For who was this going to be a 3-0? And don't tell me Mixu right now that he's taking the 1-0 lead. Bring back the Infested Terran? No, I don't miss that. I am not on the council now. But I have spoken to a lot of the players that are on the council. In the next patch, I did have some input. I overheard a balance discussion. I weaseled my way in there and I said, guys, hear me out. And they're like, well, I don't think anybody cares, so sure. I was like, I made some arguments. They're like, yeah, that's fair. Bam, approved. The Zergs approved, the Terrans approved, the Protoss approved. Pop up. And once you guys read the patch notes, you'll know exactly for which one I'm responsible. Can't say anything, but it will be very obvious. Roddy's gonna get on Reddit now. Nah, Reddit will not be upset. No one will be upset with this one. It's just a good one. Can't say anything, guys. But they told me it was approved, accepted. I saw a Protoss and a Zerg representative of the Balance Council shake hands on it. BattleB, his Reaper is active here. Working on the drones. Mixu obviously knows that he's not going to be able to win every single game with a lot of Zerglings and Queens and the Drop Lord. The build that Reynor found some success with against Clem. First on EWC, Ghost River. Later on in the WTL as well on Crimson Court. Mixu, of course, a good friend of Reynor. Probably looked at those builds and said, you know what, I'm a fan. I should help with the Middle East piece next. If I could, I would, mate, but don't tempt me. Nah. Good luck to anybody. That's a tough one. Hello, James. Cheeky late night game, James, even though I've had a very long day. I woke up today at 20 minutes past 8, guys. Honestly, that's a crime. No man should ever have to wake up at 8:20 a.m. on a Friday. Am I right, chat? What are these times? Just kidding. I know a lot of you guys have families and that is late. That is sleeping in for some of you. But for me, that's early because I need to peak late at night. So I don't want to wake up that early. That sounds inhuman. I know, mate. They needed one more for Padel and I somehow agreed. I don't say much, but I can tell you guys that I was really bad the first 30 minutes. It's like everything was just going too fast, man. I was like, I'm not awake yet. I had one coffee. I'm standing there. I'm half asleep. The people I was playing with, they're like, you're really quiet today. Normally you're... I was like, it's early. Eventually I woke up. We got it through. It's a very standard opening over here, guys, by BattleB. A lot of Hellions. We've got the Cloak Banshees as well. Mixu does not have a lot of Zerglings left, but he does have a lot of Evo Chambers. Mixu goes for all the Evo Chamber walls, but eventually BattleB finds an opening and he's going to roast into those couple drones. Gets 5 of them at first, make it 6. Not that bad for Mixu, if you ask me. With how greedy he's been, I don't think it's that bad. And the Banshees are at home. Honestly, I'll take that if I'm Mixu. I'll take that any day of the week. And twice on a Friday evening in the Big Brain Bouts. Why did he not go into the main? Because Queens were blocking the entrance into the main base. Queens were on hold position, so he couldn't get into the main. I mean, honestly, going for the natural there didn't look like that bad of a play. Mixu just handled it very well, and maybe BattleB would have been able to get some better shots off. I do think if we want to YOLO with the Hellions, we should also have some activity with the Banshees. He probably thought that Mixu was going to counterattack a little bit, and he wanted to keep the Banshees at home to help out in that way, but yeah, there were no extra Zerglings. So the Banshees had a lot more potential, I think, on this side of the map than securing the third. I was never in any danger. Eventually, though, they have still snuck to the other side of the map, getting 4 workers, a bit of lost mining time. It's not big, but it's something. And at this point, BattleB does absolutely need something. Mixu's on a bit of a winning streak, by the way, on the Friday night. Long gone are the days where he had the epic ZVZ with Spacey Macy. Mixu has just become an animal. The more different games that Mixu plays at a very high level, the better he also becomes in Starcraft 2. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. This Zergling counter though is not really going anywhere, and BattleB is double dropping the natural. Oh, Mixu could have really used some Zerglings at home. He only has 26 Lings and 8 Queens, guys. Mixu perhaps in a little bit of trouble here, as the Spore is going to move. I don't think BattleB needs to pick up yet. And if BattleB doesn't need to pick up immediately, he won't. He stuck around at just the right amount of time there. Got a lot of extra Zerglings. Very well done. Feels like we had a tiny bit of Dropaloid play, but BattleB was all over that one too. Woo! Our German Terran is angry. BattleB is playing hot here now. I think he's actually playing pretty hot. The start wasn't all that great, but the last 2 minutes have been incredibly on point by BattleB. He did lose the Banshees, so kind of missed that, guys. Maybe while dealing with the Dropalord at home and double dropping the natural, I kind of forgot about the Banshees. Flew them over some queens, but he's got a lot of firepower. Mixu thinks that he can take this fight with Lings and Banes, and I want to say I think he's right as he forces BattleB to lift up. One of the queens, excuse me, one of the tanks falls. The second tank will fall as well. That's a really decent fight by Mixu in the end. Don't know if he's gonna get the Marines. BattleB not paying attention there for a split second, loses a couple of them. And he's also already over this base in the top side of the map. Mixu running a little bit low on the Zerglings. Only 8 of them remain. He's got 20 more on the way. Definitely a strong game by BattleB. Even if this fight he wasn't really ready for it. Don't think he quite expected Mixu to be that aggressive. He must have not been looking at my deadlock streams. Because if he'd been looking at those, he should have known that Mixu saw something was overextending over there. Terran army, 1 HP, everything is full health. In the world of Mixu, guys, these Marines are 1. And you can go for it. Just because they stimmed one time and they lost a little bit of HP, it's like, it still looks pretty healthy to me. Mixu is chasing out really far here. This cannot possibly end well for Mixu. I mean, he gets the tank, but at the cost of a lot of Zerg units. We don't have Burrow either. That's a bit of a shame. This would have been a great moment to maybe leave a couple of Burrowed Banelings behind. Yeah, I think that was a bit too much. Mixu probably just already unhappy with how that brief period from, like, let's say minute 6 to minute 8 went. And maybe he felt he already took a little too much damage. And BattleB is here, and he's got a decent amount of firepower in this Terran army. One medevac is full of Marines. That's obviously something he should fix. Mixu leaves 2 Hydras behind to deal with the F2ing Terran. Mixu saw that F2 coming, and he was right. Gets a decent catch here on a lot of the reinforcements. Gets a fight right before 2-2 upgrades, but still just, I think, too much Terran. The Terran army, too big, too powerful. And Mixu's having a very hard time winning a fight with Lair Tech. This is not even like Mixu buying time for Hive to come online and Ultras to come out. This is a Lair Tech for the Zerg. And if we're ever playing Lair Tech Zerg, guys, we need a way more convincing supply. We need way more battle units. We need better fights. The unit lost resource tab probably needs to look a little bit better. A couple of the Baning connections there were not too bad, as the Hydras and the Queens have tried. But in the end, the BattleB here. Too big, too powerful. By the way, Mixu is getting a second lair. Oh no, wait, what? Yeah. I'm not crazy, right? Oh my goodness, poor Mixu is getting a second lair instead of a Hive. I mean, this game is over anyway. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to be too dramatic about it, but that's obviously not the play. BattleB is gonna tie things up. Mixu got a quick one over him with the Queens and the Lings and the Dropper Lords. Here in the first sort of macro-oriented game. Kinda feels like it's all BattleB. Even though he's having a hard time closing it out that deep on creep. Mixu now has not 1 but 2 lairs, guys. Probably trying to fire up his lurker upgrades, and he's like, WTF? Why can't I start Seismic Spines? The game is bugged. Honestly, rehost from minute 6 Roddy. It's like, nah, sorry mate, can't do it. GG, and we're all tied up. Should I say it, Inexorable? Should I say it? Or will you just bow down to the Overlord? And that is Roddy White. Honestly, Sean Shelby, Dana White, and Hunter, or whatever, they've got nothing on me, guys. 3 series. Hopefully this is going to be a 5-game series as well. Even though it's going to be a little bit late for Serral, but I think Serral's okay with one little exception. One time play late for the boys. MaxPax has just gone offline. Hunter Campbell. He's got nothing on me. None of these snooze fest. 2 guys just rolling around, only hugging each other at the fence. No, all out war. All out war in the Big Brain Bouts. Game 3 will be played on Oceanborn. 100%. It's a good thing that I don't have to worry about putting the absolute undisputed GOAT John Jones on the Friday night, because it'd be impossible to find a close fight for John. This is that good. Put him in the room with anybody else. He is the GOAT. We got lucky in that regard, mate. In game 3, Mixu versus BattleB. Mixu getting a cheeky quick win on the board. By the way, guys, it seemed like I somehow got blessed with my Twitch server. You guys heard me mauled over dropping frames all Monday long. Now I've streamed for 3 hours and 15 minutes. I dropped 0 frames. Earlier today, I streamed some Deadlock. I dropped 12,000 frames in 3 hours. It's so silly. I don't know what's doing it. Like, it makes you paranoid that it's something on my side, but I really don't think it has anything to do with me. Just very happy that tonight there are 0 issues, but jinxing it now. Once it's good for this long, it continues to be good. Once it starts off bad, it continues to stay bad. It's not like it's good, and then bad for a bit, and then good again. It's either all good or all bad. There's no in between. Because my internet in general is very good. I should indeed not jinx that part. That's where you're suddenly stuck for 2 days without the internet.
Round 3. Fight!
I'm a bigger star than Sasha Grace. He's at 1.4. No, Sasha has a much bigger star than me, mate. Sasha can stream Animal Crossing and get 2,000 viewers. I need Jonah. So no, that's not even close. No. I think Sasha Grace is awesome though. I'm a big fan. Top left side of Oceanborn. We are taking a little look at the main base of one of the 4 Finnish Zergies. 2 of them have played. He is the 3rd one. It's Berserker Esports Mixu. Gonna take a little look at the games. Always, it's in the stream title, mate. But every tournament I ever do, big, small, pro, amateur, there will always be a bracket. Exclamation mark Brie or exclamation mark bracket will always work. I always update both comments. Doesn't matter if it's a weekly, a big brain bouts, big, small, WTL. It will always work. Lose my heart and wallet on. So I would love Holloway to win because I think he's awesome, but I think Tuporia wins. But yeah, that's a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. I think that Tuporia wins, but I want Max Holloway to win. Bottom right side of Oceanborn. We are looking at the main base of the man who had a strong game there on El Cyane. Even if the Hellion dive didn't really work out, all the follow-ups were on point. This is Berserker Esports BattleB. As a title, I know. I don't know why I put so much thought and effort into all these titles. Honestly, for the Big Brain Bouts, I don't do any effort. It is our man, Amir. Shout out to Amir. He's amazing. It is always, he's like, Roddy, this is your title. And I just Control-C, Control-V, bam. So if there is ever a mistake in the title, it's not on me. I think once I actually forgot to update it. That was really bad. That's actually like the real equivalent of Roddy. You literally have one job and I messed it up. All I have to do is copy paste the stream title and I didn't do it. It's amazing. You use ESPN? I always use Wikipedia. I think Wikipedia is great for us. Taking a look at upcoming UFC events and taking a look at who's fighting, who's got a page. Very early Roach won, guys, on the side of Mixu. Now, earlier in the chat, we had Foxer. Foxer said that he helped Mixu prepare some special stuff tonight. And he is going to try to help Mixu to cook. We already saw one pretty unique build. I honestly think that's a bit stolen from Reynor, but I digress. Now, here on Oceanborn, 3 minutes and 30 seconds, the Roach wine is done. I know, Heaven. That's why I picked him. Serral is obviously not mega excited to play in some of these online show matches or one-day events. But I guilt-tripped him a little bit. I was like, Yona, the scene needs it. We need some Yona. You're a big name. People love watching you play. We need some happiness, some positivity. So he said he was down. He was down for everybody besides 2 players. I will not say who they were. But he said he was down for everybody besides 2. And I was like, alright. Showtime it is. A Reaper and 2 Hellions. No. I will never kiss and tell. It's obviously because Serral has not played a crazy amount of games yet, guys. After the WTL finals, where Serral did look amazing and he played amazing, that was kind of it. After that, he really finished up the military service. He stepped away from the game. So he didn't want to come back immediately and play against potential nightmare stuff, whatever. But he's got a couple of games in, and he's ready to put on a show. It's a little earlier than he would have wished. In his mind, in his perfect world, he would have still sat at the sidelines for a few more weeks. But I said, come on, Yona, we need some Yona, give it to us. So, stepping out of the comfort zone, and he's putting on a show for us tonight, which makes me very happy. Mixu is Roach opening. I want to say it didn't really do a whole lot. Obviously BattleB saw it, was ready for it, lost 2 SCVs. But it's also not like Mixu made 28 Zerglings and 12 Roaches. Just made a couple. Maybe similar to what Jay was doing on Golden Aura and the ZVZ, where you make it look like something that's kind of scary, but then it's not all that scary. I don't know. Michael H. Here comes the Mixu. But BattleB is ready to maybe give it one more shot, and the Evo chamber is a split second too late, but he doesn't want to go in. Oh my goodness! And there's a proper jackpot over here at the third base. Mixu in a little bit of trouble. BattleB is roasting and toasting way more drones this time around than he did on El Cyane. And this one absolutely hurts. There's still 3 Hellions in the mix, by the way. They could have gotten one more very big shot up if the Reaper target fire is good. Could have even killed one more, but BattleB gets 17. He was already in the natural, and he said, nope, that's not where I want to be. I want to be all over the third. Well, that worked out. Serral is pretty much done right now, yeah, with the military. As far as I know, he's totally done. I think he's already been done for a tiny bit. Then obviously he just relaxed a little bit, had a holiday. And now he's slowly but steady getting back into playing. I have very high hopes that we get to see him at Home Story Cup. Serral would have also loved to go to the Stara Zagora tournament in Bulgaria, but unfortunately that was still conflicting with his military service. So he said he could have maybe found a way under it, but he thought it was better to just wrap it up, since they've already been very nice in accommodating to him, letting him go to America, letting him go to EWC. So he had to sit that one out, but I know that he's a big fan of Home Story Cup. He's won it like 5 times, I believe. So I think there is a good chance we get to see Serral at the upcoming Home Story Cup. I think there's no reason to assume that he doesn't want to come. Mixu has 24 Roaches, 1 Ravager, and is dropping a Nidus. Well, ooh, the scan is scary. So BattleB is here. He doesn't obviously see the Nidus, but he's pretty close to it. He sees one of the Roaches morph into a Ravager. A lot of Terran players do tend to be sometimes a tiny bit too aggressive against mass Roach Ravager, but BattleB had such a strong start to this game, and he feels pretty confident being here. He's not going to be able to snipe any of those Evos. Mixu's got one tiny shot, guys, and that is with a Nidus in the corner of the main. Big stim gets used. This is actually kind of nice for Mixu, by the way. He might force all these units to stim one more time. All of these Roaches are telling each other right now. The Marauder 1, the Marines are 1. Go, go, go. Nidus coming online as well. First in the face, but there are tanks. And tanks are so freaking good. And the Banshees are wailing away at his army. Ugh. I mean, I understand the chase and the buy units, but the tanks here are just rock solid. They completely fortify this position, and that's just not something you're going to break. Mixu knows that. Would love to maybe see a Nidus in the main, but I think Mixu just got excited because he forced those units to stim so many times, and maybe thought that was like the little snowball moment where the Roaches and Ravagers would be there in overwhelming numbers and they wouldn't quite die. Or the tanks are exposed, right, and the Ravagers can snipe them, but BattleB did a very good job there. Having the right amount of tanks, sieging them up in good spots. Mixu thinks about taking this fight. There are some tanks at the bottom of the ramp. Marines and Marauders are full of HP. I'm very worried here for Mixu, guys. So far the Finnish Zergies are 1-1 tonight. Mixu in a bit of trouble. Strong start of the series. Does this time drop the Nidus in the corner of the main base. Does BattleB see that, guys? Oh, the Queen's actually going straight through it. BattleB somehow does not see it. He's got no vision of it. I don't want to get too excited, but if there was ever a chance for Mixu to win, it is, of course, with a Nidus in the main base while also taking a fight here. But maybe the tanks are on siege. Mixu's Nidus somehow has gone unscouted, is online in the main base. Takes a fight here, gets a couple of the tanks. Well, Mixu is definitely making this closer than it ever should have been. Don't know if that's going to be good enough. As BattleB left, apparently enough firepower at home. Marines, Marauders, tanks will clean it up. Roaches are so good until Bio just reaches that critical mass and everything melts. Mixu does find the tanks here. Might be able to pump out enough units to force BattleB back one more time, but that doesn't really make this game go any better, eh? Terran army. Incredibly efficient against roaches and ravages. This is not a ZVP where we can talk about how Stalkers and Zerg sometimes don't cut it, or you need Immortals. Because Marines, Marauders and tanks are more than good enough, especially if the upgrades favor you. And the upgrades do favor the Terran player. BattleB so confident that the tanks are not even sieged. Huh. That's the kind of confidence you get if you win an offline event. In front of Big Gabriel himself. BattleB takes the 2-1 lead. Very quick turnaround after that. Yeah, rough start to the series. That's why some people saying, oh, predictions still open. Mixu 1-0 lead. Like, no panic, guys. It's a cool build, but it's a Queen Link drop. It's not like Mixu outplayed BattleB from the very beginning till the end of the game. What's the score? 2-1 in favor of BattleB. But it's a best of 5. It's not over yet. Game 4 will probably be on side Delta. I'm feeling side Delta. I'm feeling a strong Zerg performance on side Delta just to prove Foxer right one more time. It's Golden Aura. It's a good Zerg map. Alright, good we go. To Game 5 for the 3rd time tonight. I believe in the history of the Big Brain Bouts, we had like 1 or 2 evenings that every series went 3-2. But lately, we've had so many best of 5s that came down to the wire match. Even last week, I think it was 3-2, 3-2, 3-1, 3-2. As close to perfect, but not quite perfect as it could be. Tonight, 3-2, 3-2, and a 2-1 lead for BattleB in the 3rd series. You want to try that Queen Link drop now, though? Reynor did it against Clem at EWC on Ghost River, and he won with it. He also did it against Clem in the WTL lower bracket finals. That was actually the real finals. You guys can always watch those games back over at the BASILISK YouTube channel, as all of those games from my stream get posted. What's happening? Okay, so they hosted Golden Aura. We were all in there, and then Mixu said host Amphion. He vetoed Golden Aura. I don't get any freebies in this map. Oh, I forgot. Golden Aura, the good Zerg map, good, got vetoed. So yeah, it's Amphion instead. Was there ever a drawn map in BBB? I feel like we've had a draw. I think we've had a draw. We had some crazy close base trades. The one with, was it Vanya against Showdown, guys? On, what was that map? Was it 2K Atmosphere? That was such an insane game with the BASILISK and the Protoss army, and one going for the extractor, the other one going for the pylon. It was like as close as humanly possible. It was like the final shots were in the air for someone to be eliminated. And in the end, the Protoss got eliminated. It was so close. That was probably my favorite ending of any game. Draws can be fun, but sometimes can also be boring. But that ZVP... Alright, in game 4, not Golden Aura, but Amphion.
Round 4. Fight!
Bottom left side of Amphion, we are looking at the main base of Berserker Esports' very own BattleB, the champ of the big Gabriel HeroMarine Experience Cup in Cologne, hosted a little over a month ago. One big Terran party, that was, guys. There was pizza and a whole lot of Terrans and Roddy. I felt out of place. As soon as I was done, I was like, I'm out of here, I'm going home. I had to drive home, but it was a fun time. Top left side of Amphion, we are looking at the main base of our Finnish Zerg, who realized that there are no freebies in this map pool. Golden Aura got vetoed. This is Mixu. I did pizza field, the pizza was great. I'll make a lot of fun of Gabe over the things he says, or the things he does, but I will never make fun of his pizza skills. Because HeroMarine does make really nice pizza. He's passionate about it, he's very sweet about it. He puts a lot of time and effort into it and making everybody happy. Gabe and making pizzas, 10 out of 10. I will never say a bad word about it. Remember that one Scarlett vs Maru game where Maru conceded because he forgot he fly his buildings? Yes. That was on, was that map called King's Cove? I don't know if that's, I'm very bad with map names, but I remember I was in Kiev commentating that one. Together with Loco and Wardy. I think that was the event where Wardy and I had an incredibly scary night at a bar. The story is too long to casually bring it up because then you guys want details. A lot of you guys know the story. That was a trip. Yeah, I was commentating that one. They asked Maru about it, and Maru said like, yeah, I knew, I just didn't care. Oh, I forgot. It's happened a few times that players could have actually had a draw. I mean, Reynor technically just a little over a month ago, right, in Stara Zagora, when he played Terran against Mushroom, MSRM. Reynor had a draw because he killed every single drone and there was not enough money to make a drone and he had Terran buildings. He could have flown Terran buildings into the corner, but Reynor just left. And I was like, mate, you know that was a draw, right? Was it? I was like, yeah. He's like, but that's lame, man. That game was fun. He deserved the win, so he just left. But it was technically a draw. Your brother's ex-wife is Italian and she said Gabe is doing pizza like it should. They're very nice. If you guys, I don't know if Gabe wants to make pizza again at the upcoming Home Story Cup, but I think !HSC still works, and I hope to see a lot of you guys there. 29 November, 30 November, and the 1st of December in Krefeld. Apparently, we make some plans. We're going to be there a day early on the Thursday. That's obviously the day that a lot of you guys arrive. Thanksgiving. We're going to have nice food, play padel, watch the NFL, play a lot of Deadlock. Woo! What a day. Honestly, we may peak on that Thursday. Thursday may be the day. Mixu not doing anything too crazy yet. BattleB obviously, honestly not doing anything too weird either, but the third command center is a little bit later. A lot of openings. They will have the third command center before the starport, sometimes even before the factory. This time BattleB is focusing a little bit more on getting quick stim, even getting that Viking out. Viking obviously very good in the denying. BattleB is going to be very aggressive here. It's difficult for Mixu to scout. This is a bit of the Phoenix Void Ray equivalent of PvZ, where the Terran player makes a Viking. That Viking is going to kill the Overlord. The Overlord can't really scout what's happening in the main. And very often we see a Zergling run in there, right? And we're like, oh yeah, everything is standard. You see the triple CC setup. You know you don't have to worry about Marines with stim anytime soon. Mixu does not know that. Mixu can't really know that at this point, unless BattleB messes up. Talking NFL, Vicky is shivering in her boots about our matchup in the Wider League. Mate, Vicky is so funny about the Fantasy League. She gets so emotional. She's like, can you believe I had a guy play last night and he was supposed to make 11 points. He got 0. He got 0. And then I take a look at the predictions for the match. I see he's predicted to make 97 points and her opponent 54. I'm like, what are you worried about? I'm like a 30-point dog every match I come into. You're a 40-point favorite and you're stressing over one random pleb getting 0 points. She's like, yeah, but that sucks. I was like, come on. I wish I had these problems. I just hope that I don't lose by 55 points every week. But actually, in both my leagues, I think I'm 3-3. Or I'm 3-2 in one and 2-3 in the other. I don't know how many weeks we're in. I'm not crushing in any league, but I'm also not doing terrible. I helped Lambo do his NFL fantasy draft when we were in Bulgaria. And I thought I did a really good job in drafting Lambo's team. And Lambo said, like, in my league, there is nothing on the line. It's just, I cannot finish last. Because if I finish last, my friends make me do something silly. They had to dress up as something dumb or something during Oktoberfest. I was like, don't worry, mate. With me on your side, you won't finish last. I checked in with Lambo at week 5. I was like, yo, well, are you keeping track of your team? How are you doing? He's like, yeah, I update my lineup every week. I'm 1-4. I was like, oh, no. He's like, yeah, but my 2 top guys got injured, so. I was like, I'm sorry, mate. But he was winning in week 6, so it's all good. We've got Marines, Hellions, and tanks here for BattleB. The man who went for the 2-base opening. Mixu has 4 bases, a 5th on the way. He's got 1-1. He's got Baneling speed on the way, but obviously none of that is going to be done. And BattleB is already here. This is going to be difficult for Mixu. Maybe the tanks can deal some friendly fire. It's so annoying to fight in areas like this. It's an Amphion special. It's a nice build order choice by BattleB. And this is just really frustrating for Mixu because you can't really get on top of these units at the bottom. And even if he could, it's going to take forever. A couple of the Zerglings do manage to get on top of the tanks, but the tanks live. BattleB does a good job in saving those Marines. He's taking the supply lead at this point. It is, of course, important to mention, guys, that BattleB is down almost 30 freaking workers. So, Mixu bleeding out Lings and Banes, it looks annoying, but it's not that bad yet. If Mixu can keep this Terran army at bay, I want to say it's not that bad. And Baneling speed is about to finish up. 1-1 is ready. Does BattleB should absolutely see this. BattleB does see it, is going to pay attention to it. The rocks are low, but not quite done yet. The scan goes down. First queen gets picked off. Second queen gets picked off. Third one is still here. Mixu loses the Baneling nest. That is a very important building. Obviously, Liberators are in the mix. They're not quite siege yet. So maybe this right here is the best fight that Mixu can take. And even the best fight on Amphion is not going to be good enough. It is BattleB, our German Terran, who fell to the Queens and Lings in game 1. But in the end had a relatively convincing win here. 3 straight wins. One with a successful Hellion dive, one with a less successful Hellion dive, and one with a gnarly 2-base build. An Amphion special. And Mixu just felt there's not a whole lot he could have done about it there. GG. Just like last week, 3-2, 3-2. In the third series, 3-1. Last week, that meant our final series of the night was 3-2. Will it be another 3-2 tonight? I think a lot of you guys will be very happy. I'd be happy. I don't know if I'll be happy. Thank you to BASILISK for giving us 10 subs once more. We'll settle the prediction and get ready for our final prediction of the night. You guys believed that BattleB was going to do it. We had a lot of extra points apparently coming in on Mixu towards the very end after he took a very quick 1-0 lead. But it's BattleB who gets the job done. He wins. Main event, guys. Main event. BBB number 72. Serral versus ShoWTime. Best of 5. The man from BASILISK versus the man from Big. 2 WTL code as champions. Woo! I'm excited for it. Prediction is open. You guys can get your points on the line. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. The first official games of Serral since the 1st of September. I am very happy that Jonah agreed to play these games. I know that ideally he wanted to wait a few more weeks and he would have felt totally ready. But I told him, it's like, Jonah, the scene needs you. We need to see some Serral games. People are sick and tired of Clem and MaxPax winning everything. Just give us some hope that you're still out there. Need to watch a little bit of Jonah greatness. And he agreed. Makes me very happy. Been a fun night of finished Zergies. It has worked out for one. It hasn't worked out for the other 2. Let's see how the big man does against ShoWTime, a really good PvZ player. ShoWTime, by the way, no hesitation at all. Snap accepted. Just I said, hey, you want to play Serral? He's like, oh yeah, sounds fun. He was in immediately, so that's cool. Thank you to Graphics. Thank you to Nukewar. I'll take a very tiny break. After that, we'll be back with Serral versus ShoWTime. I'll see you guys soon.